Hello and welcome to the Bat Cave. I'm your host, BlindBat8719. On today's video, I'll be playing for you my Happily Ever After deck. But before I do, a small ask of you guys. If you get the chance, just click the subscribe button down below to help out the channel, help it grow. With that out of the way, onto the deck. So this video should be coming out on New Year's Day 2021, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to play a deck, at least Happily Ever After, to look a little bit back on the past year, which I know has been rough for a lot of people, but there have been a few bright spots in my life. This past year, I got married. I'm in the newlywed phase, but as far as I can say, I'm happily ever after married. And I wanted to put also an eye to the future. I invested and built a gaming PC. So in order to help me edit better, one of the side effects is that the gameplay, if you've been watching my videos for a while, everything should look a lot smoother, a lot prettier. There should no longer be any more stuttering or drop frame rates or anything like that. So the viewing experience should hopefully be a lot better for you guys now. And with that little bit out of the way, onto the deck. So Happily Ever After is a 3-cost enchantment for 2 and a white. When it enters the battlefield, each player gains 5 life and draws a card. At the beginning of our upkeep, if there are 5 colors among permanents I control, there are 6 or more card types among permanents you control in play or in the graveyard. And if your life total is greater than or equal to your starting life total, you win the game. So this basically means we need to play a 5-color deck, and I thought it would be very appropriate to make Kenrith the Returned King our commander. He isn't how we're going to win, but he's the best way for us to have all 5 colors, and it just seemed very appropriate. So when I was trying to figure out how to play Happily Ever After and make it work, I realized that we're going to end up being a Sanctum deck, Sanctum enchantment deck. So the 5 monocolored Sanctums plus Sanctum of All, the 5 monocolor ones have an effect that will increase depending on how many Sanctums are in play. So the Sanctum one will tap creatures down and it costs less for each shrine we control. Sanctum of Stonefangs will drain our opponent for X life, where X is the number of shrines we control. Sanctum will deal X damage to target creature or player. The green Sanctum will have us gain mana of 1 color equal to the number of shrines. Calm Waters lets us draw X and discard 1. Sanctum of All lets us find our other shrines, whether they're in the graveyard or in our library, as well as once we have all 6 out, it will double up the ability triggers. So we would like to win with Happily Ever After, but if this is the other way of winning, and we'll most likely, once we have all 6 out, Stonefang will probably be our main win con, so we'll essentially be draining our opponent for 12 life a turn. Now we have to stay alive long enough to actually put all these permanents into play, so that's where we have Fire Prophecy in here for some early removal, 9 lives. I realize since we have a lot of enchantments, we want leaning into ways of using the enchantments to help us stay alive is one of the ways I lean the deck towards. So 9 lives is a way that if we can, if they have a few big, high-powered creatures, we can hopefully buy ourselves some more time with that. Shatter the Sky to blow up the board. E2 Extinction to deal with some targeted removal for a creature or planeswalker, and we can put our top card into the graveyard if we want to. Extinction Event for a board wipe. Elspeth Conquers Death for, again, targeted removal and to bring things back. And Shadow's Verdict to deal with exile all the small things in graveyards and on the battlefield. The ramp for the deck, carried it, because we are a 5-color deck, we need a pretty good, get all our 5 colors. Eocene Caryatid, Lotus Cobra, Once Upon a Time let us find a land for free or a creature for free if it's the first spell we cast in a turn. Cast in the game, not in a turn. Arcane Signet, 5-color fixing. Dryad Elysian Grove, 5-color fixing and added bonus playing extra lands. Clothis is an enchantment that can ramp us and also help us gain some life. One of the ways we need to look out for in the deck is trying to keep our life total high. So Clothis ends up being enchantment at ramps and or gains us life is one of the better cards suited to this type of deck. Uro, similar thing. He does basically everything. He draws us cards. He lets us play lands. He gains us life, so that's why he's in the deck. Skyclave Relic is in here as mana fixing and mana ramp. Oh, I knew I forgot one. Fabro Elder. is a creature that gets bigger the more color permanents we have in play. So Sanctum of All is out. Faber Elder's a 5/5. And for each color, add 1 mana of that type you can control. So he works really well in 5-color decks. So Idyllic Tutor, let's just search for enchantment. We're an enchantment-based deck, so this is a card we have in here. Grim Tutor I thought would be, if we're going to tutor for one thing, we can tutor for anything we need now, so that's why Grim Tutor is in here. Belated Recovery. In case somebody blows up our win cons in terms of the enchantments, I thought it would be a good idea to have some ways of getting things back. Arcana Sun's Grace, we are enchantment based, so I thought this would be a great way to clog up the board with some flying life linkers to protect our life total while we try to go off with our combos. Fire's Invention is mana ramp in red. We only get to cast 2 spells a turn, but that's okay. We get to cast basically double our mana up, so that's great, and it's banned in all those formats. Mythos of Brakos is in here because we can play the colors, and it lets us search for enchantment if we pay the red, blue, and a black, and we get to bring 2 things back, 2 permanent cards from our graveyard to our hand. We're basically based around enchantments, which are permanent, so that's why this is in the deck. Narstead of the Ancient Way. I forgot to mention this about the Arcane Signet and the Skyclave Relic, actually. So those are our 2 artifacts in the deck to help us go off with Heavily Ever After. Narstead is one of our 2 Planeswalkers. That's part of the reason why she's in here. We can use her +1 ability to cast non-creature spells. We're an enchantment-based deck. Those count as non-creatures. She also lets us draw cards and deal with the board with her -2 ability. Whirlwind of Thought, since we're playing mostly non-creature spells, I figure this would be a great inclusion as an enchantment as well. Angel of Destiny is another win con we have in the deck, that if we get our life total high enough, and then if she attacks our opponent, we can win as long as we're at about, I think, 40 life is the magic number in this format. Krug in the Macro Sage, I haven't really played with him a lot, and I thought it'd be kind of fun. I was looking at the deck that were mostly, again, permanent-based, enchantment-based, and most of the ones we want to win with, so Happily Ever After, and then Sanctum of Shattered Heights downward, are 3 or greater, so I figured he'd be a great way for us to draw a lot of cards with the permanents we have in play. Garrick, Cursed Huntsman, is our other Planeswalker in the deck. With him out, as well as Narsa, we actually also get all 5 colors. So he's one of the 2 Planeswalkers we have in here, and I just figure he's just a fun card to play with. He can destroy creatures, he can put creatures into play for us, he can draw us cards, and it's somehow we get to go off of his -6 ability. His tokens will basically take over the game for us. Eerie Ultimatum I thought would be a great way too. Again, in case somebody blows up our stuff, we can just bring everything back in one fell swoop. And Emergent Ultimatum, since the Sanctums are monocolor cards, I thought Emergent Ultimatum would be a great way to at least find 3 of them and put 2 of them onto the battlefield. And onto the mana base now. So we have 1 of every basic land in here. I'm running a Fabled Passage at the very bottom here, and I always find it useful to have at least 1 of every color, so this way then I could search it up if I need to with the Fabled Passage. And then it's a combination of Pathways and Game 1 Lifelands, and basically those are set up so that I have the ability, among all these combinations, there's 4 versions of every color present, and I'm running 4 out of the 5 Triomes. The only one not present is the Rowgriff Triome, and then a Command Tower for 5 color fixing. So with the deck tech out of the way, let's jump into the arena for some brawls. We're going to mulligan this hand. We don't really have any action. We don't have a grant for the Sanctum. So let's take the free mulligan here. We can cast Uro, so that's good enough reason to keep this one. We are playing against Merzor, piloting a Polukranos Unchained deck. Possibly a +1/+1 counter themed. Or a lot of green-black good stuff. Let's say hello to our opponent. And let's lead off with the Zagoth Triumph. Alright, Castle Lockwing from our opponent. Alright, let's go with the Caryatid. That gets us a little bit of ramping as well. Let's go with the white. Hopefully Caryatid lives. Otherwise we should have probably played the Blossoming Sands. Okay, cool. So that lives. So let's lead off with the Uro. Give a Shatter this guy in case they go crazy. Let's put a Blossoming Sands into play. Gain some life. And then we'll do the Wind Scarred Scrag because we don't have anything for 1. I also, with the pathways, I like to hold off till as late as possible to play those, so that I'm better informed on what side to play it with. Alright. I think we'll just do fires here. And we're going to play out the red on this side. And I guess just cast a commander for free. Give everybody haste. And swing out. I was expecting a removal spell there with 2 black open, but guess not. So I feel like this... Alright, so they play Polukranos. Polukranos to me usually is a 7-cost commander because you want to be able to play him and fight usually. We might as well just swing Kenrith. And see what they decide to do. So let's add 2 green. Let's pump them up. Add another green. Let's pump them up a second time. Let's cast Once Upon a Time. And let's go with the Archon. Yeah. Sucker for the Archon. Just have another body in play. And we'll end the turn there. I got an Island. It doesn't really do anything. And then the Dryad, I think the same thing as well. Doesn't really do anything. Oh, Mutate. Oh, that's awesome. That is a cool way. Yeah, that's actually a great way to build a Polukranos deck. Because at least now, if you chose the Insatiable as the base, you could lose the counters and he still exists as a creature. And we'll put the counters on the Archon instead. Because that'll gain us more life. Take the action. Fires and Invention is great with our commanders since we don't have to worry about... I'm sorry, actually that actually works well for the character too. I love this part about what they have. It tells you what you have. Life total is good. Card types isn't great in 3 colors. We're going to play out Kenrith because I think that's the game plan we're going to be kind of devoted to at this point. Let's give everything haste. That does not have reach. And we'll end the turn there. And I'd say our best bet will be at the end of the turn we will use Kenrith to draw a card. Beanstalk Giant. Things we gotta start thinking about they might be having in their hands still. Obviously removal is always something. Gem Razor. So they're targeting either our fires or our happily ever after. Fires would be the one I would say to go for. That's pretty good. We get drained twice now because it's mutated twice? Okay. Pass to attackers. It's a 10-10. It has reach as well now. Okay. So let's draw a card. Sanctum of Calm Waters. Okay. So we have a land. I don't think we have enough in our graveyard for Uro just yet. So if we kick, we could kick the Skyclave Relic. Or we could play out the Sanctum and play Relic. I'm going to go with the kicking, and we'll try to set up for an Emergent Ultimatum. We have 3 mana available to us. No attacks, doesn't make any sense. We can have possibly kill the Gem Razor if we block it. It can still fight one of our creatures because it is at its source a Polukranos. See? It is a fight. So we will gain life off of this. So I will have at least knock off a bunch of counters. Alright, Boneyard Lurker. So that destroys the Happily Ever After now. That's why we have the Mythos of Bracos to bring it back. Alright, Command Tower. And this is a Gem Razor. Okay. So let's go with the Emergent Ultimatum. Elspeth conquers death. Let's grab the Grim Sanctum. And let's do those Sanctums. I didn't think he'd take that one. Okay. Probably should have gotten the White Sanctum now that I think about it, but that would have tapped everything down. No attacks. End the turn. It's possible he'll fight Kenrith, and if he does that, Kogla. Okay. That's fine. We'll have a Shadow of the Sky in our hand. Yeah, take the action. We have a Shadow of the Skies in our hand that we can use to... 5, we can take the 5. No blocks. Yeah, sure, let's draw some cards. Let's discard a Scour Baron. White? Yeah, let's add some white. So, let's lead off with a Sanctum of Tranquil Light. Let us play out Sanctum of All. Let's just pay it like this. Get to bring back Happily Ever After. Archon. I think we just wipe the board here. Could have gone with the Happily Ever After, actually, and that probably could have been a way of winning the game, actually. Let's play out the white source. Totally fine. Search the library. Sanctum Shattered Heights. Gonna drain him for 12. And he's probably gonna concede at this point. Decline. Sure. Norwood Falls. Bunch of white. Bunch of green. Play Happily Ever After. Pulled when I thought. Play out the mountain. Let's play out a Garrick. Draw another card. Make some tokens.
You cannot.
Play out that. Play out the Fey Burrow. I got really excited to play a lot of things just there. Probably should have sequenced it a little bit differently so I could have gotten the Arc, at least another token. I do think I played out Happily Ever After before playing Archon out first. But as you see, all our boxes are checked. So our opponent has no way of... Oh, they're going to lose on our upkeep. Unless they can blow up something. Alright, the Mutated Migratory Greathorn. Land. Alrighty. Okay, we got there. Alright, this looks like a good one to start off with. We have a Sanctum for 3. We also have Dryad if we get another 4th land by the time we get to that one. We are playing against K5216, piloting a Zareth and the Trickster deck. I have one of those decks. That's a lot. He's a lot of fun to play with. We can expect a few different variations. There could be a rogue theme here. It could be just a blue-black control deck with him as mostly like a flash finisher. So let's start off with the Zagreb Triome and say hello to our opponent. And there's the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Alright. Our secrets are not revealed yet. Good. Okay. Go with the Windscard Scrag. So now with we having 3 more lands in our hand, I think this is definitely a flash-based deck. Granted, these are both good cards to be playing, but going back to our Runecraft. Alright, there's a Sanctum and the 9 lives. Okay, so Emergent Ultimatum is not Emergent. The white, black, green one is the one we want a lot right now. Alright, so What are the odds that they have a creature counterspell? Okay, that's good. Alright. So we can get our lands out at least. And we have two, hopefully if this survives, 2 land drops next turn. I'm at 8, so this should be death touchy and whatnot, so we're not blocking that. Now we gotta start thinking about mind games in terms of what... Okay, when they highlighted that was a free... Yep, alright, Little Maze the minion. Alright, not the worst thing in the world. I'm thinking of trying to cast Narset so that... Oh, I don't have any... I have blue, red... I'm missing the white. Okay, so let's play out the white. I'm thinking of possibly playing out the Narset and just killing the Thieves Guild Enforcer. The Rune Crab probably is going to be more annoying, but they can't aggressively ramp. And I think drawing the card's pretty good here.
Let me demonstrate the prowess of my ancestors. Meditate with me.
Brawl Elder. Alright, that actually works out perfectly, actually. I didn't really want to discard the Ever After or the Sanctum. But next turn we have 6 mana. We can play out Sanctum and Happily Ever After. And almost get there for the Emergent Ultimatum.
I lost my focus.
Alright, so the question is now which one's more important? We need... Let's go with the blue side here. I'm gonna just go with... I want the Sanctum to resolve, because that'll at least help us with the Emergent Ultimatum. Now, if they get rid of the Happily Ever After, no worries. We have a Belated Recovery to bring it back. Nothing super urgent. Alright, so that's black. So let's start looking at our colors here. We have black. So we have black covered. We have blue covered. So this is black. So we have black covered, blue. So we just need 2 more green. Oh, sweet. Eerie Ultimatum. That was the name I couldn't remember. Oof, it's going to be a tough call trying to go for that now. We have 1 Sanctum. I think green was the color we said we wanted. So let's play out the black. 5 mana, they're probably going to want to flash in Zareth San. I'm going to go for the Eerie Ultimatum play because we have the Belated Recovery just in case to try it next time. Alright, it went off. And we'll go with the 9 lives even because they're not going to be attacking us as often, and we have stuff to prevent that. Or we have blockers at least.
Victory is just another puzzle to be solved.
We could cast the Belated Recovery. Yeah, we'll draw a card here.
Let thoughts flow like river rapids.
Okay, and we're just going to probably end the turn here. So how are we looking with Happily Ever After? Permanents you control. 4 colors. We're short a color. So we have white, green, blue. So we need black. Murderous Rider. Okay.
Alas, I return to my training.
Soaring Thoughts Thief. Okay. Alright, I'm already thinking about how we can use the Emergent Ultimatum. We're going to use Once Upon a Time at the end of our opponent's turn, as well as cracking a Fabled Passage. So in terms of permanents, we're down 3. So we have red, green, and white. So we need blue and black in play in order to go off with Happily Ever After. Oof. Okay, Inscription of Ruins, discard 2 cards. I think this is a good time now. Let's just crack this. Let's get a blue. I know I said green before, so I probably should have gotten the green. This seems good. Boy. Alright, I wanted to hold on to the Belated, but I think Emergent Ultimatum is just going to be that much better. Because it's going to basically be able to get us 2 more Sanctums into play. We said I think green was the issue. So let's go with it. Alright, that resolved. So 1, 2, 3. Now let's see which one they give us. Probably not the black one. Yep. Alright. Try it. Is it Elspeth Conquered Death? What does that bring? Brings back Narset? Don't really have any black... Right? No more black permanents, really. Okay. 3 costs. Doesn't do any of that stuff. I could put Kenrith out. Yeah, I probably should. This is fine. So we just make sure I don't screw this up. This is toss 2. Okay, yeah. Alright, yeah. So we can easily do this. Trample. We can swing with these 2. And still tap down the Soaring Thought Thief if we need to. We'll just end the turn there. Extinction event. Alright, so that's even, odd, odd. Alright, so let's add all the mana. I would say let's draw a card. Take the action. Tap down their Soaring Thought Thief. Dismal Blackwater. Let's add some black. Kraskarim Tutor. Oh, and they concede. Okay, I was going to go for the Garrick there. I could have gone for Sanctum of All, but I wanted to go for the Garrick to try to get the win off of the Happily Ever After. But we got it anyways. This one I'm thinking about keeping. We have Sanctum on 3. We know we have faster starts, but an Extinction event with the Chulane deck, they want to be playing a lot of creatures out. So I think, and amass a huge board presence, so I think having the Extinction event is good. They're probably going to ramp. I don't think they have too many counter spells to worry about. Like, there'll be a few, but not like as many as like a control build would have. So I'm going to keep this. Ketria and the Jungle Hollow come in tapped first, and then everything else come into play untapped the moment. Let's say hello. They scribed 1 to the bottom. Get off with the Ketria Triumph. Another one to the bottom. Alright. Jungle Hollow. Yeah, if we draw Once Upon a Time, that'd be great. We can cast that, then cast the Sanctum. Uro. Castle Garenrbrig, okay. Manpower. Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest from us. So now they know we're on the Sanctum plan. Hopefully that means our Kenrith looks a little less scary. Alright, Chulane. Go with blue. Play out the white source. I'm going to play the Sanctum here. Hold off on the Extinction event. Again, I do not like using this card as a 1-for-1 removal spell. I've done it before and I've been burned every time. So right now at least we're getting a lot of value actually. Chulane's ability costs 3 to activate. Take the action. And let us discard, let's say the Triome. And let's add black mana. Going to play blue here. Let's do odds. And we'll pass a turn. I like saving 9 lives for when we're really low on life. Skyclave Apparition. Alright. That's annoying. Because we can't get it back because now that it's permanently exiled. Heliod. Sure, let's draw a card. Happily Ever After. Get rid of the Dismal Backwaters. I play this out, I get to draw 1 more card. 3 and 3. Let the Karuga draw a card. We have Eat for Extinction. Field of Passage. Alright, we'll end the turn. So we're just getting lands back with the Eerie Ultimatum at the moment. Altar of the Pantheon. Oh, they're attacking us in all directions. Alright, so let's start working towards this Eerie Ultimatum. So that's green, white, green, black, that resolves. We need mostly black, so we'll probably search for a black source for the Fable Passage then. Black, green, or black or green we're going to search for. Get the swamp. Alright, let's discard 9 lives. So I want to cast the Elspeth Conqueror's Death, I feel like, this turn. 3. Yeah, it only gives me 4. So we can do Skyclave Relic into Happily Ever After. I feel like... Do we have any creatures to get back? No. So it's between the Heliod, which they're probably never going to actually grow, or the Teferi's Tutelage. But the Tutelage right now is helping us out. I feel like I'm going to go with the Elspeth Conqueror's Death and get rid of the Heliod. That's, with the altar out, they're just going to gain so much life. I feel like attacking here is fine. So I realize we'll probably mill ourselves with a Happily Ever After when we play it next turn. But at the moment, we're definitely looking like Happily Ever After, Skyclave Relic. Take the action. Alright. I think the Relic's the one to get rid of at the moment, because that still works towards Happily Ever After. We'll play the green side here. So we got triple green, need some white, got double black, don't have triple black, so we're looking at an Emergent Ultimatum at this point. Resolves. Thinking, do I use the Bracos to bring back a land? I think we'll hold off for right now. End the turn. Now what we can do, which is kind of sweet, is this is when we draw. This is pre-combat main phase. Ah, shucks. I was hoping I realized if these were ordered differently, I could discard the Garrick. Chulane. Resolve. Just to attacks, no problem. Deal with the Chulane now. Keep that on top of our library. There's our blue source for the Emergent Ultimatum. Sure, we'll draw a card. Let's go with the Garrick here, since Narset can actually help us cast the Eerie Ultimatum. So let's go with a Sanctum, and an Archon. Or an Angel of Destiny. Alright. So now, alright, so let's see mana wise. So we have, alright, so we triple black. So 1, 2, 3 for the black. Got green, green. So we just need another white source. And we have an Uro. Okay. Which would be Narset. Narset could be our white source.
All responsible for the damage to Destiny. Return to your place, interloper.
Narset. Yeah, Narset sounds good. Plus her. Let's add a white. Blue works too. Cast a Shadow's Verdict. It gets rid of the Uros. Totally fine. Alright, so now we're definitely flirting with danger. How are we looking? Alright, so we gotta get our life total up, and we gotta get our permanent colors up. We should have... Okay, so now we get rid of... Okay. Alright, so let's add the white. And hope he doesn't have the counterspell this time. White. Eerie Ultimatum should put us there, over there, because we bring everything back. Bring back Fires, why not? Actually, Fires doesn't really matter at this point, because we can cast just about anything, so we don't need that. The Elspeth Conqueror's deck gets rid of the Teferi. And we'll bring back the 9 lives too, because keep our life total up. Our opponent converted mana cost 3 or greater. Teferi's tutelage is the thing we want to get rid of. Oh, don't tell me we... Okay, whew. Play out the Archon. The Dryad. Kill the Chulane.
Looks like
Hope he doesn't force us to draw cards, otherwise we're in trouble. I should have played a forest out, or a land out at least, but... Ugin the Spirit Dragon, great. Alright, nice, nice. Oh boy, that hurts. Okay. Yep, Narset said it best. Even Masters make mistakes. Not that I really consider myself a Masters, but that was... Oh, man. Alright, so I gotta pay attention to that next time with the... If they can play Ugin, don't play the 9 lives. Dang. Okay. Alright, this seems okay. We got an Arcane Signet on 2. Archons of Sun's Grace. Sanctum we can follow it up with. We're playing against LordMoebius, piloting a Kenrith the Returned King deck. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I hope you realize that I find Kenrith to be one of those more open-ended commanders that you can build whatever you want with it. But usually when I think my opponent's playing it against me, they're probably playing a cutthroat version with all the best cards in the format. So that's what I would expect my opponent to have right now. Let's play the command tower. That's the easiest of the two options. Arcane Signet. Okay, yeah, there's no counterspell. It just has a response to cracking the Evolving Wilds. Alright, so for turn 3, we could play out the Archon with no problem, so I'm going to probably go with that. And then... Okay, I think he's going to do some... I don't think there's a counterspell for one. Alright, for 1 blue. Let's get green out. So we have our Garrick. And let's see how long Arcana Sun's Grace lasts. So they have some sort of response. It could be a removal spell. Blacklands Paragon. Interesting. Night theme, maybe? I think. Okay, so we're playing against Night Tribal. Okay. Alright, so we have going against like a fun Kenrith deck, if that's such a thing. We'll take the damage. Ooh, we got Fire's Adventure right now? Oh, that's going to be kind of mean. Alright, so let's start off with the blue side. So we have colors for that. Play out Fires. Play out Sanctum of Shattered Skies. All attack. So hopefully we draw a land next turn. That way we can hard cast Garrick and then free cast Angel of Destiny. Outlaw's Merriment. Okay. I'm liking that. Alright, we got the land. Okay. I'm trying to think, because if we play out Angel of Destiny, we gain life, they gain life, but that isn't the best part at the moment, and everything life links. We need to get the 40 life. Do we want to go to the beatdown plan? Play Garrick out. Play Garrick out. We can't play out Kenrith with the other plan. Alright, let's go for the alt win with Angel Destiny, I'd say. That should get us close to 40 life. We'll play out Garrick. To get a few tokens. This exiles them, so this will not let us pump up our Garrick. And even, not the world, well, we lose the Archon, we do even, but it would also wipe our opponent's field. If we, oh no, Extinction Event exiles them. So nope, all we have is Shadow to the Sky, and that's not going to happen. Depending on we do draw, nope, Sanctum, this doesn't kill a creature either. Narset could do the trick. Alright, so how does Angel Destiny work? Each player that this attacked, so they only have the 1 bit, so I think we can just kind of swing out, I think, and get there. As long as Angel Destiny attacked, it doesn't matter if they block it. And if I'm right... If I'm right, let's just still play things on the safe side a little bit. We'll just gain some life off of that again. I'll just end the turn. Alright, yes. Okay, that did work the way I thought. Good. Alright, WinCon, Alt WinCon number 3? Alright. I'm actually looking at this hand again with the Balaget being a land. It's really slow, but we could get for Uro on 3. Well, it'd be turn 4 at this rate. I think we'll mulligan this, even though we have that possibility. We could cast Archon. Followed by Elspeth. This is torn. So we're playing against Mirisdad, piloting a Yorvo, Lord of Garenrbrig. They could outpace us. And we may not... I'm trying to think how fast... this is going to be a little bit of a risk, but I think we might be able to get there. If we draw 1 land, we're going first. So the tempo's on our side. I think this is a possibility. So let's say hello to our opponent. I'm going to lead with the Balaget. It's entirely possible I should have led with one of these. We'll find out. So we're going to get a turn 2. Alright. Need the blue. We got that. Double white. Alright, so we're kind of getting there. So if we draw... That is a good question. So if we draw an untied... Ideally, we have a white come to play untapped. It's the blue one. This is all about the sequencing right now. Yeah, so maybe if I had led with the green-white one instead of the Balaket. I think we're going to go with the slow route. This way then we'll play Uro next turn. We can drop in the Windscarred Scrag. We'll just play things off off curve just a little bit. Now the Thrashing Bronze, another thing we got to get rid of the else before else was Conquer Death, I guess. Okay. So let's play Uro. Let's drop in the Scrag there. And let's play this out for black. Play that out for black? We're not going to do anything with it. Let's play out the Triome then. Alright, so next turn then we can play out... Actually, they might even want to blow up the Sanctum with the Thrashing Brontodon. So I would say our next turn we are going to want to go off with... we'll play the Archon out. Then the Sanctum. That gives us a little blocker for the time being. And a Happily Ever After. Okay. So let's play out blue side. Let's play out the blue side. Double blue. That's triple blue. Black side, so we have double black then. Arcana Sun's Grace. Play out a Sanctum. So on their turn, they are right now on the end of their turn. They could be looking at making a food. Oh, they can't make a food token, so they could try to blow this up now with thrashing. All right, they're choosing not to. Thoughts and concerns at the moment would probably be a ram through with something to worry about. Primal Might. Oh, did not see that coming. And it fights. Okay. Block the 6/6. That was nice. Okay. So let's try with the Elspeth first, because then we can always bring it back with Bracos. Let's get rid of Yorvo. So if they're going to use the Thrashing Brontodon to get rid of the Elspeth, they'll probably swing with her first. Swing with the Dinosaur first, then blow it up. Okay, so we get another turn with it. Okay. The Extinction event is very timely. Odd, even, odd. Yeah, odd. Alright. So we'll wipe the board with the Extinction event. They're probably going to kick themselves now for not... Because that was probably the decision point they had to make. Oh, I missed it. They can still blow it up with a Thrashing Brontodon. Never mind. Forgot about the Elysian Caryatid. Name odd. Let's play out a Happily Ever After. We get a nice from our opponent. Sweet. Alright, the Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. Okay. Now we're looking in the graveyard. 4 cards. We need 2 more to bring back Uro. This is instant sorcery, so we're good for right now. Once Upon a Time is actually pretty good here. That lets us put another card in the graveyard for Uro. I say that, and I just said about instants and sorceries. Angel of Destiny's probably a better one to grab right now. Gonna go with the Sanctum, because they have 5 power. With green, there's always some threats. Again, a Questing Beast is the biggest one. One of the big ones I always worry about. They tend to play Ugin as well, since they tend to ramp. And then there's the Woolly Mammoth to worry about as well, because I keep forgetting that this being a mana source. So they actually have 7 mana right now. They could play Barago out again. Not Barago, Yorvo. I'm looking at the Baragos when I said that. Feasting Troll King, that's a nice one. I like that. Oh my gosh, we're getting some really timely draws here. Let's add white. Close all that up. Go with the Angel of Destiny. Don't really see. We have one, two. We have a few things I would want to actually bring back before exiling them to Uro. Ah, King Kong. Dang it. We need to find a way. I guess, so I think next turn we're going to be using Mythos of Bracos to bring back Elspeth Conquers Death, because Coggle just kills all our stuff. Alright, we're going to go with the white. That's a good question. Let's search. And this way then we can go for Sanctum of All. Let's bring back Elspeth Conquers Death. Sanctum of All. Play out the Elspeth Conquers Death. Get rid of the Kogla. And then let's play out... We played out the black one last time, right? Do I have triple black? I don't have triple black. I have double white. Alright, triple black. Now, it's entirely possible that, yeah, they could blow up one thing. We've got Sanctum of All to bring it back, but he just blows up Sanctum of All with Kogla, so that was something we definitely had to get rid of. 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 mana. We may have to consider bringing back Uro. Let's go with blue. Let's play out the green side. So we can go with Sanctum of All. And I think we're short. We need Artifact. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves us an Angel of Destiny. Okay, I'm fine with that. Those 5. And then worst case scenario, we have Kenrith that we can play out next turn and bring back Angel of Destiny with his ability. And of course we draw an Eerie Ultimatum. Though actually I was thinking now with the Kenrith ability, with bringing things back, we could use that as an engine with Uro if we want to as well. So if next turn we bring back Elspeth Conquers, let's bring back Angel of Destiny, because we're probably going to have Uro die to the Feasting Troll King, we can play Kenrith out and then just perpetually use the Return Creature ability. Well, we knew he was going to die. Oof, okay. Search the library. Let's get the blue one to draw some cards, actually. Let's bring back the Angel of Destiny. Get some life back, take the action, draw some cards. Let's discard the Triome. Let's pick green as our color of choice. +1/+1 counter on her. Let's see, we play out Lotus Cobra. Let's add a white. Take this. Find a green. Let's add a red. Hopefully it doesn't use up our mana too fast. Okay, we still have a play out Kenrith. Eat to extinction the Feasting Troll King now. Put that into the graveyard. Let's play out a Faber or Elder. Give everybody haste. And swing. Alright, and let's end the turn. So, card type. We need a Planeswalker. That's the thing we're missing now, is a Planeswalker. And with the Angel of Destiny, we're 15 life away, so we're almost there. But we're back to a healthy life total. There he is, the Thorn Mammoth, the Woolly Mammoth that I was worried about. Oh, because he lost the haste. Oh, man, I was like, why can't I draw the card? I didn't think of doing that. I forgot about the haste being lost. Let's decline that. We have Uro in our graveyard. We also have Eerie Ultimate, now that I think about it. Search the library. Let's get a Sanctum there. We draw a land. Sure. Let's discard Scour Barons. Let's choose red. Now let's start with Colossus. Another red. Whirlwind of Thought. So yeah, what are we missing for this? We just need Planeswalker. So we need to draw some cards. Let's go for an Eerie Ultimatum. Alright, we're gonna have a lot of land triggers. Thorn Mammoth it is. Looks like we're looking at Angel of Destiny victory here. Jungle Hollow. Red, blue, green, and our opponent concedes. Eerie Ultimatum getting us there. Alrighty, and that is the video for today. Overall, we had a pretty good winning streak here. We got 4 wins out of 5 games. Deck is a lot of fun. The Shrine decks are kind of fun, and I am a fan of decks where I guess they're kind of combo-ish, where it's like a puzzle piece. Like, I'm going to try to beat you this way, and I just got to try to find the way to survive long enough to kind of get there. We didn't manage to pull off, I don't think we managed to pull off the Happily Ever After win this go around, but I have done it before, and it is fun to do that. The Angel of Destiny came through definitely a bunch of times, and you just see, once you get like a Sanctum of All Out and able to find all these shrines, the value you tend to generate definitely gets overwhelming, because it's like getting a free spell every turn. It gets kind of hard for opponents to deal with. Eerie Ultimate has definitely been clutch for some of the things for this deck as well, so that's been great. But with all of that said, let me know what you guys think of the deck in the comment section down below. Give me any ideas of how you would like to see me to improve the channel. I'm still new at this stuff, so I would like any feedback you could give me on how I can improve. I hope those of you who've been watching for a while, having the smoother gameplay was really appreciated. I'm really excited and really happy about how things are looking right now with the game, having put the time and money investing into a new gaming PC. Before I end the video, just a quick reminder, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up icon down below. Please subscribe if you want to get more Brawl content weekly brought to your inbox, and hit the bell icon so this way you'll be notified when I upload new content. Usually I try to shoot for the weekend, like Friday, Saturday or so. As always, thank you for visiting the Batcave, and have a great day.